Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 2, Ike Ainsworth. And number 3, Jemiah Marshall. Cody Wilder to kick off for Razorback.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back to another Razorback TV live stream coming at you tonight. I'm Cade Markham, and I'm here with my co-host tonight,
Braylon Hector.
All right, Braylon, let's go ahead and get that starting lineup out of the way. Starting on offense, we have Braylon Thompson at wide receiver, number 7. DeAndre Burnell is going to be at that tight end spot, number 15. Tony Noble, wide receiver / running back, going to be number 5 tonight. Roland Ritchie, wide receiver, number 1. Malachi Thomas, left tackle, 75. Isaiah Ivey, left guard, number 70. Makai Aubrey, number 54, at center. Grayson Narns, 55, going to be playing right guard tonight. And Latier Davis, right tackle, going to be starting at right tackle, going to be wearing number 56. Quarterback tonight, it's going to be Cleveland. And Zephaniah Blatt's going to be in the backfield. Braylon, what's going on with that defensive lineup tonight?
So our defense is the number 95, Decavian Sanders, defensive lineman, senior. 94, Tajay McGraw, defensive lineman, junior. 99, Donnell King Sanders, defensive lineman, sophomore. Number 9, Zachary Warlar, defensive lineman, junior. 21, Zariah Randall, linebacker, senior. 34, Sophia Young, linebacker, junior. Number 8, Jakeem Peoples, defensive back, sophomore. Jaden Soule, defensive back, senior, number 2. Number 6, Xavier Crawford, defensive back, senior. Number 0, Braylon Rayfield, defensive back, senior. And number 23, Demarius Hughes, defensive back, senior.
Thank you, Braylon, for that defensive lineup. Starting on offense tonight is going to be the Magnolia Panthers to open up conference play tonight. The Razorbacks looking to get their first one of the season. Coming out strong, wearing the red unis, the red top, and the gray pants. Pretty good look for the Razorbacks tonight. We'd like to give a shout-out real quick to the cheer team, the Red Line, and all the fans in the stands supporting your Razorbacks. The first play of the game looks like it's going to be a handoff on the right side. It's going to be tackled, but a gain of a few yards right there. Got to say, it's already looking a lot promising right here, Braylon, with that defensive line already getting through the offensive line, stopping any gaps from getting open and getting that running back down before they could get a gain of too much. That's going to bring up about a 2nd and 6, it looks like.
Yes.
Magnolia in their huddle.
2nd and 5 Panthers for their own 34.
Magnolia's ready to snap the ball. They're going to motion it's going to be
play.
Looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense right there. That's going to bring them back some yards.
Offsides to be called against the Razorbacks.
Okay, never mind. It's going to be an offsides on the Razorbacks. That's going to move the Magnolia Panthers up some. That should be a first down or maybe a 2nd and 1. Looks like it's going to be a first down for the Panthers. It's going to be crucial here for the Razorbacks tonight to make sure they do not give up early in this game, especially when giving up some penalties here. All about discipline and control here, controlling yourself, controlling your emotions. It's a very high-intensity game. It's a 5A football game. First game of conference, the nerves are going to be there, Braylon. Looks like that defense is ready to play this next snap.
Yes, it is. Ooh.
Braylon, what'd you see there?
I saw number 2 stop the play by jumping right into the running back. Jaden Soule stopped the play.
Jaden Saul, one of the leading tacklers on this team, playing safety tonight. Always been a safety. Had some pretty hard hits the first couple of games of the season. Looked very well against Little Rock Catholic. Played pretty good against Morrilton and El Dorado. Looking here to have another great game and keep his consistency tonight. Quarterback's going to do a little flip. He's going to get brought down before he can gain too much. That's going to bring up a 3rd down Arkansas High defense already bringing up a stop in the first quarter early on. It's going to look like looks like about a 3rd and 5 here for the Magnolia Panthers. It's going to be huge for the Arkansas High defense here if they can stop this offensive drive and get that offense on the field. Their offense has been slowly grabbing some pace, slowly understanding their role, slowly understanding what they're good at. And I'm really looking forward to see what this offense is going to do tonight with a bye week last week, plenty of time to rest. Looks like they're going to be out here and they're going to be getting strong tonight. Looks like they're going with CJ at quarterback, according to the starting roster, but don't sleep on Eli Wall. Little 1-2 combo right there with the Arkansas High quarterbacks, as that's going to be a Magnolia 3rd down. Another run. That's going to go 4th down for the Arkansas High defense.
Now King Sanders and several Razorbacks brought him down short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 2. Panthers from their own 47.
Braylon, that's a huge stop right there for the Arkansas High defense right there. Tell me what you saw in this drive that was able to help them get this 4th down if they can stop this 4th conversion from the Magnolia Panthers.
Well, one thing that we really need is the safeties to get in the block. They're going. Ooh.
That's going to be a long run
By 24.
on Magnolia. They're going to be able to get all the way up to the, looks like the 45, maybe the 35. Huge gain right there for the Magnolia Panthers. Another gain on that offense is going to give them a little bit more of the momentum as they're trying to move forward into this end zone. Not quite in the red zone yet, but the Razorbacks really need to tighten up right here. Stop this Magnolia Panthers scoring on the first drive of their game on offense. Looks like Magnolia's going to line up with 3 in the backfield. They're going to motion a guy. It's going to be a weird flip right there, and he's going to get brought down. Nowhere to go at the line of scrimmage. What a play by the defensive lineman right there. Looks like that was number 90.
Tackle made by Javire Barton. And Carlin Hall. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
That's what you like to hear right there. No gain on the play right there from that Arkansas High defense. Just gritty and tough. We're able to stop that offensive line from getting any blocks, opening any gaps, and in return, it ended in a 2nd and short. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and short right here for the Razorbacks. Once again, that defensive line getting through, doing what they're supposed to do, applying pressure early on in this game, not allowing any room for the run game except for that one play, which every now and then you're going to get lucky and you get some missed coverage right there, but the Razorbacks have been very good, very consistent so far on this game. A key player to look out for is Xavier Hill-Crawford. He was out against the game against El Dorado to a hamstring injury, but the games previous to that, he has played absolutely amazing. As the running back's going to get through the gap there, and he's going to find the end zone for a Magnolia Panthers touchdown. Interesting scheme the Magnolia Panthers have going on so far. They haven't passed the ball not one time. A lot of their plays have been a lot of flips and tosses to each other with 3 in the backfield. Very confusing offensive scheme, and that's going to result in a Magnolia Panthers touchdown. The score is going to be 6-0, pending the extra point. You know, Braylon, when I look at this team, I think, okay, well, we gave up a touchdown on the first drive, but you got to score to win games anyways. And they're going to have to score a lot this game, especially if offense is going to move like that from Magnolia. The Razorbacks are going to be able to get the ball on offense coming up very shortly. Looks like the Magnolia Panthers are going to go for 2 here. Another flip, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion. That's going to bring the score 8-0. Magnolia Panthers up ahead in the first game to open conference play.
2-point conversion is good. 7:48 to go in the first quarter. Your score: Panthers 8, Razorbacks 0.
Walking onto the field, I should say, running out to the field on Arkansas as their kickoff return team. Looks like Roland Ritchie and Tony Noble in the back there, followed by, looks like number 7, Braylon Thompson, and number 4. It's going to be Cedric Sharp out there on the other side. Gotta be. If you're on defense, excuse me. If you're Magnolia Panthers here on defense, you got to be on the lookout for Tony Noble and Roland Ritchie. They got absolute wheels. They're extremely fast, and so is Braylon Thompson. There's one thing this team can beat the Magnolia Panthers on is with speed and physicality. I mean, they're absolutely huge for the Razorbacks this year. They got a couple of great guys on the wide receiver and returning team. So let's see what they're going to do here. It's going to be Roland Ritchie on the catch. See what he can do. He's got a couple blocks out in front. He's going to be able to get through a couple things. He's going to get brought down right about at the 30-yard line. Pretty good return right there from Roland Ritchie. Looks like they're going to go with Eli Wall tonight as QB. It looks like he's in the huddle out there. Eli Wall and CJ have been sharing snaps the past couple of games. In a very close game against Little Rock Catholic where we lost 20-21, they both played absolutely phenomenal, both scoring a couple touchdowns and a couple of good plays right there. So let's see if they can pick up that where they left off in that game. It's been a rough couple games for the Razorbacks, playing some pretty high caliber teams in different conferences. Little Rock Catholic, El Dorado, Morrilton, another 5A school but a different conference, and so they've been tested early on in the season. Looking to see what they can do here against their first conference game, Magnolia Panthers. If you remember last year, anyone watching on the live stream, last year they played the Magnolia Panthers at Magnolia, lost in a close game, 27-20. So you know there's some bad blood in a couple of these players' mouth that are returning this year, hoping to get a W tonight and start out conference play 1-0. Going to be lined out with 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Zephaniah Black. He's going to try to find that outside corner. Gets brought down by a couple of guys, but not before he gains a couple of yards. That's going to bring up a 2nd and short for the Razorbacks. Very manageable here. I think they're going to continue to go with the run here. Braylon's going to try to open up that play action with Eli. Got a great arm back there. Got some pretty good receivers. If they could get that running game going strong early, the passing game should be a breeze. Like I said earlier, they got some pretty good receivers in Roland Ritchie, Braylon Thompson. DeAndre Burnell even is a great player. He's a tight end. Used to play wide receiver, but he's a pretty big guy, and they were able to utilize him as tight end with the new head coach, Coach Hood, coming in here and kind of changing up the offense. Last year we didn't run with a tight end, and not many people do anymore. However, the Razorbacks brought one in, and DeAndre Burnell's been a perfect fit so far this season. They're going to motion Tony Noble there. They're going to hand it up to Zeph up the middle. He's going to get brought down right there back at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Looks like maybe it was a gain of 1 or 2 right there. Razorbacks going to need to capitalize right here if they want to continue to strive and get downfield.
They'll bring up 3rd and 4. Razorbacks are around 34.
Looks like Tony Noble's coming onto the sideline and putting out there is DeAndre Burnell, who we were just talking about, Braylon. Great physical player right there, has some great hands and can block with his size. Looks like it's going to be another handoff to Zephaniah Black. Looks like he was short of the first down, maybe bringing up a 4th and 1. See if the Razorbacks are going to gamble and go for it here.
Zephaniah Black will come up 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 Razorbacks.
And the kicking team's coming out there. Cody Wilder getting ready to punt. Cody Wilder, a multi-sport athlete, plays soccer as well. Has got a great leg back there. See if he can put this ball near the 30 or the 20, put Magnolia back in their own territory, and let our defense go back to work. Good snap. Cody's got a couple minutes. Looks like he's going to get it out to about the 50-yard line. Oh, Magnolia touched it. It's going to be picked up by the Razorbacks. Number 4's running towards the end zone. He's going to get brought down before he gets there, but what a play. Special teams, special players, special things happen. What a great play right there on special teams, and that's why you do not sleep on returning. If you're Magnolia right there, looks like he was trying to get something happening there, maybe get the ball at the 50-yard line. Instead, it bounces off his helmet, and that ends up in the Razorbacks' arms. They're going to have great field position coming onto this offensive drive once again. That was a great play by the Razorbacks, some good momentum.
This is going to be a tough and hard-fought game right here.
Absolutely, Braylon. It's 2 tough opponents for sure, excuse me. But I think the Razorbacks, they have the heart, they have the grit. They're going to try to bounce back here. Earlier they got punched in the mouth on that offensive drive, and with a special team play right there, the Razorbacks are going to go back out here. Well, hold on. Looks like they're not going to give the ball to the Razorbacks. Maybe not back where they were at originally. Let's see what's happening here. Got to say, Braylon, I'm a bit confused. It looked like number 4 picked it up and ran it pretty far.
That's what I
closer
thought
to the end zone. See what's going to happen here. Looks like offense is coming back out on the field, but not where we originally thought, Braylon. That is our mistake. More specifically, that is my bad. Eli Wall is back out at quarterback. Tony Noble in the backfield. 2 receivers. Man, look at that offensive line, man. There are so many guys on that line right there. They better get a gap for Tony. Eli's going to step back and pass. He's going to have a couple times. He's going to roll out of the pocket. He's just going to take it himself and get brought down. Not before he gains a couple yards, bringing up a 2nd and 5 for the Razorbacks. I like that play by Eli a lot. He looked very composed, very peaceful. He wasn't stressed out. He wasn't trying to rush or make something happen. He knew he couldn't get his read. Wasn't able to get his original read. Wasn't able to get a secondary, so he just took it himself. And he's got some pretty good legs. He's a multi-sport athlete as well. He used to play basketball, plays baseball as well. Varsity starter. Great play right there from the Razorbacks as they're able to get some yards on that one.
One thing is that they have to stay calm if they want to win. They have to stay calm.
Absolutely, Braylon. Going to need to stay calm and stay disciplined. They can't lose this game on penalties and mistakes. Magnolia's already made one early on in this game. Let's see if the Razorbacks can capitalize off of that and score a touchdown. Looks like we're going to have Braylon Thompson and Tony Noble lined up on the left side. Number 1, Roland Ritchie on the right, with Zephaniah Black in the backfield. Eli Wall still at quarterback for now. They're going to motion Noble. It's going to be a handoff to Zeph up the middle. Looks like he was able to get a couple yards there, but not enough for a first. 3rd and short here, Braylon. The Razorbacks need to get a first down to continue this drive and get another score, because it'd be huge for them to make that amazing play on special teams and result that in a touchdown to get that scoreboard a little bit closer.
3rd and 1 from the Panther 32.
Lined up in the same formation as before. Zephaniah Black on the right side this time. It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a fake toss to Zephaniah Black. Eli Wall is going to take it himself, and I believe he got enough for a first down. Great play calling right there from Coach Hood in that offense to get a first down to keep this drive moving. I love what they did right there, Braylon, with Eli Wall continuously handing it off to Zephaniah Black and giving Tony Noble some reps as well. Acted like he was going to toss it out, but took it himself up to the gap. Looks like a little bit of a draw option there, and it worked out perfectly for the Razorbacks, and that resulted in a first down. It's going to keep that drive moving. Back in the same formation as before, Zephaniah Black on that left side, Tony Noble, Braylon Thompson, and Roland Ritchie out there at receiver. And it's going to be another handoff to Zephaniah Black. He's going to find that outside corner. He's now at the 20. Now he's at the 10. He's fighting for all the yards he can get, and you just cannot bring down that man. He runs mad at the ground. That's going to bring up another first down. That's going to put the Razorbacks in the red zone, and they are knocking on the door to score a touchdown to bring this game within 1 or 2, depending on a PAT or 2-point conversion. But first, most importantly, they got to find that end zone. Don't want to jump the gun here, but the Razorbacks offense has looked way better on this drive than the one before. Looks like they made some changes. Their scheme has changed a little bit, and it's worked out perfectly in their favor. Magnolia struggling to keep the run game, but so far, passing it one time, you got to expect something here. If I'm Eli Wall and Coach Hood, I'm cooking up something on that left side with some of the best and fastest receivers out there. With maybe a little bit of a screen pass, get him in the end zone. You just can't beat them. Or Braylon Thompson one-on-one over there. Looks like he can catch anything. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to maybe a pass to Roland Ritchie. I didn't see it. I like to call Braylon Thompson Waffle House because he's open 24/7. I like to call Roland Ritchie IHOP. He's open 24/7. I mean, they're just absolutely phenomenal football players. They got some of the great hands. They've made tremendous catches so far early on in the season, and me personally, I've deemed them that nickname, Waffle House and IHOP, 2 of the best restaurants you can go to at any time of the day, any time of the night. They're always open 24/7. And that's one thing about this offense is they are just filled with playmakers and explosiveness. And if the Razorbacks can take advantage of that early on in the game and set the tone, keep Magnolia on their feet, or we're going to hand it off to one of our two backs that are extremely talented, extremely fast, or we're going to go out with a receiver like Braylon Thompson or Roland Ritchie. Roland Ritchie, a transfer from PG, came over here. He's looked a lot better. And they're going to have a screen there, but he's just going to overthrow Tony Noble there. That would have resulted in a couple of yards, maybe even a touchdown there. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one and see what we can do for the 3rd and goal. Braylon, if you're the offensive coordinator right now or the coach calling the play, what are you going to go with, a run or a pass, and what would you do with this run or the scheme of the play?
Well, I would do a run down the middle because they like to, because like they'll probably go to the right, so I'll just do like a run down the middle. Or if I do a pass, either go to Braylon Thompson or Tony Noble.
Yeah, I like your idea right there because they've been handing the ball off on the outside. The Magnolia Panthers probably expecting that again. It's going to be another pass. Looks like it's going to be Braylon Thompson. It's going to be dropped. Almost resulted in a touchdown. It's going to be a 4th and goal, and if I'm Coach Hood, why not go for it? Why not? We don't have nothing to lose. Well, it looks like they're going to bring out that kicking team and take the 3 and get back on defense. Cody Wilder getting ready to kick. Snap is good. And the kick is no good. Looks like he was just a little short right there. That's going to leave the Razorbacks 0, Magnolia Panthers 8. Still in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left as the offense gets back on the sideline. That defense is coming back out, ready to do something. If they can stop the offense like they did last time on that special teams, then we'd be in good shape heading into the second quarter. The Razorbacks been able to get that offense going a little bit slowly at a time, slowly and surely, just taking punches at that Magnolia Panthers defense. Created a couple holes, found a couple of missed coverages, and looks like they're going to be able to capitalize that on the next drive, knowing a little bit more about their opponent. And like I said, with the Razorbacks having a week off, they had plenty of time extra to prepare for this Magnolia Panthers team as we head into conference. And so far, they've looked very promising, very good. I know it didn't result in a touchdown, but there is plenty of room to grow on this team, and they will shock some people. I'm telling you that right now this season. That's going to bring up a 2nd down for the defense. Great tackle there by Jeremiah Vardaman. Jeremiah Vardaman, another multi-sport athlete, plays wrestling as well. Very physical guy. He's extremely strong, very physical guy, and right there he's able to bring down that Magnolia Panthers running back right there.
One thing about Arkansas, they know how to play multi-sports every single thing.
Absolutely, man. This school district is filled with talent upon talent. I mean, the Razorbacks football team right here has shown that year in and year out, with a couple of players being able to go to some different colleges for different sports. A couple of years ago, we had a D1 player, Ty Wade, go to the Razorbacks for baseball. A couple of football players last year got a couple options. Shout out Mike Juan Taylor. Shout out Will Dunbar and a couple others. The team is just filled with so much potential and so much talent. Malik Ward, a senior going into the senior year right now, has a couple offers for basketball. I mean, the team is just, the school district as a whole is just filled with talent and explosiveness, like I said earlier. And multi-sport athletes have been able to prove that with all these offers and all these conference championships and playoff appearances in different sports. It's just been a great program so far. Shout out the tennis team going undefeated so far, heading into the conference play next week against Lakeside, looking like they're going to have a pretty deep and good shot at going as a good run going into state for tennis. So shout them out. Shout out the golf team, Maverick Adcock, Maddox East, and Jackson Arnold for going to state for golf, all shooting 81 at the conference tournament. Congratulations to them 3 gentlemen right there. Congratulations to the tennis team once again. Volleyball team still rolling so far. Football team's looking to get their first win tonight and their first conference win as they move forward into the season. Trying to get that momentum going on for our next week against Camden Fairview, which is going to be a tough opponent. And then following that, we got homecoming against Lakeside at home. Another handoff, and he's going to be able to break out of there. Not going to be able to break the tackle. And that looks like another Magnolia Panthers touchdown, another run. Not seeing a lot of passing out of this Magnolia Panthers offense. I'm not sure if it's because of our DBs or what's going on, but defensive line and linebackers are going to going to need to be able to read that a little bit better with the run right there. I mean, the scheme they've done they've had 3 in the backfield, 2 in the backfield. Like I said earlier, a lot of tosses, a lot of sweeps, and that's going to result in another Magnolia Panther touchdown. Looks like they might be going for 2 here once again.
And I think Magnolia's not going to throw the ball because they know our DBs are going to lock them down every single time.
And it looks like they are going to go for 2 once again. Looks like they're not going to get it, though, and that's going to leave the score 14-0 as we're heading into the second quarter. Still in the first, though, a little bit of time left. 6.9 seconds as we head into the second quarter. Razorbacks looking to get on the scoreboard really soon on this next offensive drive.
Roland Ritchie and Tony Noble got deep for the Razorback.
Kick returners for the Razorbacks once again, Roland Ritchie and Tony Noble as we get ready to start the second quarter. It's going to be Tony Noble this time. He's going to let it go. That's going to be a touchback. Razorbacks going to start out at the 25-yard line, I believe. Excuse me, they're 20. It's a little bit different in college and NFL, so starting at their 20-yard line. Sorry about that, folks. I dropped my binder. Yellow ball still back out there as quarterback. He's going to step back and try to pass. Tries to get his reads. Wasn't able to find anyone. He's going to try to take it himself, but he's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage as we head into the second quarter. It's going to bring up a second and long for the Razorbacks. Seeing what they can do on this offensive drive as we start the second quarter.
One thing they need to have is resilience, and that's it. Resilience and hard driving work.
Absolutely, Braylon.
Also, if you would, at the end of the week, take any concession trash and put it in a receptacle on the way out, as with our Saturday events at the stadium tomorrow. And don't forget, students, if you have been dropped off at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, will be your time to call for your rides. Second quarter sponsors for Razorback football tonight: State Farm, Jake Hamilton, J.E. Bonding, Lone Star Graphics, Langdon Polaris, and Overhead Door Texarkana, as well as Wilton Henderson, PC, Commercial National Bank, Vasquez Brothers Framing, 30 Point Service Company, Davis Lumber. TASD thanks all the many sponsors who are bringing you Razorback football this season.
Starting out on this offensive drive, we have 4 receivers and a running back. Tony Noble in the backfield, Braylon Thompson, Roland Ritchie. Not able to see who's the other receivers, a little far from here, but he's going to chunk it up to Braylon Thompson. That's going to be just out of reach It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Just wasn't able to get the throw there quite on time. Looks like he maybe was a step behind right there at the line of scrimmage, but it's going to result in a 3rd and long. Razorbacks starting to pass a lot more this offensive drive, and I got to say I love it. I love watching the ball through the air. Eli Wall's got a pretty good arm as they're going to check in. Number 13, Chadwick Cleveland out there as quarterback. A little bit different here with all the reads and all the plays with the offensive coordinating because Chadwick throws it from the left side. CJ's a lefty, Eli's a righty. Everything's basically flipped for him. It's going to be an interesting thing as they get ready for this offensive drive with CJ out there as QB. Got to think of when they're bringing CJ in, they're going to want him to throw it a country mile because he has got a cannon on him. Another multi-sport athlete, still lined up with 4 receivers deep. It's like a timeout for the Razorbacks. We'll be right back after this. Razorbacks lined up in a 3-stack on our left side. One out there to the right. Going to be interesting to see what they do here on that left side. Tony Noble back there in the backfield. He's going to snap. He's going to step back to pass.
Good.
He's got a guy one-on-one over there. That's going to be just overthrown for Roland Ritchie. Great throw right there. Almost resulted in a huge play for the Razorbacks. That's going to bring up the kicking team, seeing if they could do what they did last time on special teams, bringing up another stop. Getting that ball right back to them, so we'll see how that goes.
Good kick on him.
That's going to be brought out there, right there at the 40. He's going to break a few tackles trying to get on that outside right, or excuse me, outside left. Looks like he might return it all the way. That's going to be another Magnolia Panthers touchdown. That's going to bring that score to 20-0, pending extra point or 2-point conversion.
Defense needs a really good play to make this score come close to it.
Once again, we want to thank all of you watching online. Thank all of you in person. We want to shout out our cheer team, our band, Red Line, ROTC. They do so much for the program and for the school. I'd like to shout out each and every one of our administrators for doing such a good job in the school district. I'd like to shout out our football players, of course, all the family and friends coming out here to support them. Not able to see the student section from here, but I hope that it's booming. Looks like there's quite a bit of kids over there. We'd love to see it. Come out here and show support to the Razorbacks. Down early in this game, it doesn't mean that they're out of it completely. The Razorbacks are going to need to step up on offense, get a couple good offensive drives going in a row, and get a big defensive stop. Keep this game in where they can come back out and score a couple more touchdowns. As there's a flag on the play. Looks like that's going to back up Magnolia on their 2-point conversion. Might be kicking it here, though, since they got backed up. I guess we'll see here in just a minute. They're still going for the 2-point conversion. 3 in the backfield, 1 at receiver. They're going to motion a guy. And he's going to get in there, and that's going to bring the score 22-0. Magnolia Panthers up on the Razorbacks in the second quarter. 11 minutes and 31 seconds left. Razorbacks getting ready to take the kickoff. Roland Ritchie and Tony Noble back there again to elect this kickoff. Here comes Magnolia with the kick. That's going to be a deep one to Tony Noble back there. Slipped up there at the 10, going to continue to keep pushing forward. He's going to break a few tackles, trying to get on that outside. He's got a hole. He's going to get brought down, but not before he reaches near the 40. Going to put the Razorbacks in pretty good field position to start this offensive drive. Just waiting now to see who they're going to go with at quarterback this time.
Jake Marshall, 14 out of bounds. First down, Razorbacks at their 37.
CJ's still going to be back out there at quarterback. Tony Noble in the backfield. 2 receivers and a tight end. They're going to motion Braylon. They're going to do a fake handoff. CJ's going to try to take it himself. Not any room, doesn't know where to go. There's a flag on the play. He's going to get brought down. Pending the flag, we'll see what happens here. It might have been on the defense. That might bring the Razorbacks up some. Holding on the offense. That's going to bring them back some. Bringing up a 1st and long. Actually, excuse me, a 2nd and long.
That penalty is declined.
However, Magnolia is going to decline that penalty because of the sack, and that's going to put the Razorbacks behind the line of scrimmage. Going to need to get near the 50 for a 1st down. You got to imagine when the Razorbacks get after that 50-yard line, it's going to be a lot easier to keep that ball moving forward downfield to get themselves in scoring position. Try to get in that red zone and see what they can do from there.
Shout out to the True Team keeping the Razorback spirit over there.
So he's just going to snap and step back, looking to his left. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw the ball deep to Braylon Thompson. That's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long on after that incompletion.
Cleveland's pass attempt for Roland Ritchie is incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down, Razorbacks.
It's like Razorbacks going to be on with 3 on the left side over there. 3 receivers. Roland Ritchie, Braylon Thompson, and number 14. Looks like Reginald Scott. That's going to be a little screen pass to Tony. He's going to try to break through and get some. Very close, but I'm not sure that's enough. That's going to bring up another 4th down for the Razorbacks.
No ball or reception. Knocked out of bounds by Caleb Roach.
One thing about Arkansas is when they get the ball, they get aggressive with the ball, and that's one thing that we really need in football nowadays.
Absolutely. CJ's going to motion number 14, Reginald Scott. There's a flag on the play.
False start is to call against the Razorbacks.
False start on the left side over there. That's going to bring them back even more on this 4th down. That's going to bring the kicking team out, and that's going to leave us with 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Magnolia Panthers up 22, Razorbacks 0 on the home opener for conference.
Caleb Roach back deep for the Panthers.
Snap's pretty good. Cody's going to have plenty of time to boot it up in the air. They're going to let it go. Going to be out of bounds near the 25.
Wilder's punt rolls out of bounds. 1st and 10, Panthers.
Great punt right there by Cody Wilder, putting them back into Razorback territory. On their own territory as they start this offensive drive. Razorbacks defense going to need to figure out what to do here on this scheme that the offense from the Magnolia Panthers have been able to run with the 3 in the backfield, handing and tossing it off quite a bit. See what they can do here. Try to get a couple stops here. Looks like the linebackers are going to be deep now. No safety in the backfield. All going to be playing pretty shallow. It's going to be another handoff. Looks like they played a box there, and that's going to result in a 2nd down. Great play there by the Razorbacks on defense. Great play by the defensive coordinator of just selling all out into the run there, and that resulted in a 2nd down. Looks like it was a gain of 1 or 2 right there. Jacoby Gordon checking in the game, getting on the line. Magnolia able to get an explosive play on the outside left over there, and that's going to look like it might be another Magnolia Panther 1st down. They're going to move the chain. That is going to be a 1st down for the Panthers. Jacoby checking back out, number 90 checking back in. Cam Davis. Magnolia back there with 3 in the backfield. There's going to be another handoff. He's going to try to break through, but he's going to get brought down by number 12 there. I believe that's Quentin Thurston on the tackle. Quentin Thurston, a great baseball player last year, started for the Razorbacks on baseball as a freshman. Huge contributor to their playoff run. Looks like we're going to have Jaden Soul checking out, and number 6 checking in, Xavier Hill Crawford. Looks like he's going to be lined up man-to-man over there as the Panthers get ready for their 3 in the backfield once again. They're going to motion a guy. Another handoff. He's not going to get anywhere. That offensive line, the defensive line swarms him before he could get anything. That's going to bring up a 2nd and long, or 2nd and 10 again for the Magnolia Panthers.
You know what they say, good defense wins the game.
Absolutely, but they got to get some offense going soon to keep them in this game. Going to need to figure out a scheme to go with on offense, and so far they've been passing the ball a lot lately, which I love to see. Just got to get a couple open receivers, a couple good reads, and see what they can do with the ball. Panthers, 3 in the backfield. Motioning the guy, another toss. He's going to get tackled before he can get anywhere near the 1st down marker. That's going to be a third and short for the Panthers. It's like 21's Ryan Randall on the tackle there. Be huge for this Arkansas High defense if they can stop the Panthers from getting another 1st down and getting that offense back on the field. Gotta imagine the Panthers are going to go for it on 4th if they can't get it here. Looks like they might run it off to the right. That's what they're going to do, and he's going to get through. No, he's not. That's going to be a tackle. Great play there by number 0. I believe that's Braylon Rayfield, able to grab him and bring him down before he could get that 1st down, and that's going to bring up a 4th and short for the Panthers. However, they look like they're going to be going for it. Quarterback stays on the field. They're going to motion and get him up the middle. Doesn't look like he got enough there. That's going to bring up a turnover on downs. Great stop by the Arkansas High defense. That is the way to win the game. If we can continue that right there and get some scores on the offense, that would put us back in this game and give us a little bit of an edge as the momentum shifts from the Panthers back to the Razorbacks, looking to do something huge on this offensive drive. Coach Hood and the coaches are talking up to their team in the huddle, getting ready to see what they're going to do on this first play. I'm very intrigued to see what they're going to do, if they're going to start off with handing off the ball or getting the ball down the field through the air. Just need to get a tempo and a pace going, especially right now in the game. The most crucial part of the game is right here as we head into halftime. Momentum needs to be shifted from the Panthers back to the Razorbacks as they head into halftime, coming back out in that second half and seeing what they can do on the scoreboard. CJ still going to be back out there at QB. Zephaniah Black is going to be in the backfield. Braylon Thompson and I believe that's Roland on the left. That's Armand Green on the left side with Braylon Thompson. My apologies. Roland's going to be on the right side with DeAndre. Looks like Ahmad and Roland swap sides. One in the backfield, 3 out wide. Got to think it's going to be a pass here. Handoff up the middle to Zephaniah Black. Even fooled me. He's going to get a couple yards. He's going to get him past the 50. That's going to bring up a first down and a huge momentum shift for the Razorbacks. And like I said earlier, Zephaniah Black's run like he's mad at the ground. And right there, it took 3 defenders just to bring him down. And that's the thing we need for the Razorbacks, especially right here. It's crucial for them to make no mistakes on this offensive drive. And so far, they've done excellent. Let's see what they continue on this next drive. 3 out wide, 1 in the backfield. Another handoff to Zeph, but he's going to get stuffed before he can get anywhere. That's going to bring up a second down. Looks like we might just be behind the line of scrimmage. No harm done so far. Still got 2 plays to execute this to see what they can do to get a little bit closer to that red zone. CJ's going to step back, looking to pass this time. Can't find a read. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to get brought down. It's going to bring up a third and about medium distance for the Razorbacks, looking if they can convert this third down and get another first down and keep that drive moving forward. As we get a little bit closer to halftime with 5 minutes and 37 seconds and counting on the clock. CJ's going to step back to pass once again. He's going to run it up himself. He's going to get pushed out near the 30. That's going to bring up another first down and a huge play to keep this drive going.
If I could have your attention, parents, if your child is participating in the High on Good Students or Fall halftime recognition, please exit the stands at this time and escort your child to the east end of the stadium.
He's going to step back, a little play action there. He's not going to be able to get it complete to his receiver there, number 15, DeAndre Burnell. That's going to bring up a second down for the Razorbacks. Love the play call right there, just wasn't able to convert. However, there is a flag on the play. Let's see where this one's going. Eli Waugh checking back into the game at quarterback. Zephaniah Black still in the backfield. Roland Ritchie, Braylon Thompson, Amon Moore as your receivers. DeAndre Burnell at that tight end position.
People might say they don't like the QB switch, but the QB switch is good for momentum and having a break for each QB to have their own time to shine, have their own time to read plays, and not be overshadowed by one another.
Absolutely.
Result of the penalty is a first down for the Razorbacks. This first down sponsored by Bartell Bank.
As the Razorbacks march a little bit closer after that penalty, almost to the red zone, knocking on that door. See what they can do here. Eli Wall's going to be back there in shotgun. 2 in the backfield, 3 out wide. They're going to motion Braylon Thompson. It's going to be a handoff to Zephaniah Black. He's got a gap. Looks like he's going to be tripped up, not before he gets a couple yards and inches, just a little bit closer for the Razorbacks, and that's one thing they need to continue to do is just take this thing one thing at a time. That's going to bring up a second down. Razorbacks still have a chance for another first down and another drive before they reach the 1st and goal mark here. They're going to motion Braylon Thompson on the left side now. One-on-one matchup over there with Roland. Eli's going to step back to pass. Not going to be able to find his guy. He's going to rush it himself up the middle. He's going to bring up just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a third manageable for the Razorbacks. Hoping they can convert on this play to continue the drive and get them on the scoreboard before they head into halftime. 3 minutes and 48 seconds and counting. If you're just joining in, Magnolia Panthers 22-0. Razorbacks 0.
Ball just inside the Panther 15.
Timeout on the Razorbacks. We'll be right back after this.
Yep.
Eli Wall is going to be back there in shotgun again. Zephaniah Black in the backfield. Ahmad Moore, Braylon Thompson, and Roland Ritchie out there at receiver. DeAndre Burnell still back out there at tight end. Hand off to Zephaniah Black. He's going to try to break a tackle, but he's not going to be able to do that. It's going to bring up a 4th down for the Razorbacks. See what they do here, if they want to hand the ball off again, try to get a little bit extra yards, or go for the PAT. Excuse me. Yeah, the PAT. Field goal. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there, though. They are going to go for it, and I got to say I agree with this play call 100%. Razorbacks have had a lot of momentum on this drive. A couple of key minor tweaks they could have done to just push themselves a little bit further, but I think Coach Hood knows and trusts his offensive line, his offensive play calling. I mean, I think it's just going to work out here on this 4th down. They're going to bring up another first down, potentially a touchdown. Once again, you got Roland Ritchie over there on the right side, one-on-one. Braylon Thompson over there, too. Or that's Ahmad Moore on the right side of Braylon Thompson. They're going to throw it up to Roland Ritchie. He's wide open. That's going to be intercepted at the end of the goal line. Panthers going to start back at the 20-yard line for this drive after that one. It's going to bring up 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Magnolia back in their normal offensive scheme. It's going to be a double handoff, and he's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage before they could get anything. Great play right there from the defense. Great read there, knowing where the ball was going, and that's going to result in a timeout. Injury timeout. We'll be right back after this. Looks like that player is going to be okay. We wish the best of luck to him and a speedy recovery as the Razorbacks defense gets ready to go back out there, as well as the Magnolia Panthers offense. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left as we head into the halftime performance by the AHS band, their AHS Red Line, as well as the Magnolia band. So do not go anywhere at halftime. Stay tuned. We have plenty of entertainment for all of you watching online. Another handoff by Magnolia. That's going to bring them nowhere. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long behind the line of scrimmage again. Defense right here has been able to figure out what to do on this offensive scheme that the Magnolia Panthers have been running, and it hasn't been able to succeed the way it has before. So hopefully by halftime, Razorbacks are going to be able to figure it out on both ends of the ball and get some scores up. Still in this game, only down by 3 possessions. Plenty of time left in the second half with 2, I believe, 15-minute quarters. Or is it 12?
12-minute quarters.
12-minute quarters? Another handoff, going to try to get on the outside. He's going to get tackled by Xavier Hill Crawford, and another player from the Razorbacks. Going to be hard to see.
Tackle made by Zachary Wardlaw.
So Zach Wardlaw and Xavier Hill Crawford on the tackle there.
Bring up a 4th down.
Some of the most physical guys we have on that defensive team so far this year. They both played incredible last year. Zach Wardlaw in the playoff game against Valley View had a great standout game and really, set his own path with that and showed up and did what he was supposed to do that game. Played absolutely phenomenal and just has a very high ceiling. He's only a junior, still got 1 more year after this one. So far this year he's done incredible, as well as Xavier Hill Crawford and that whole defensive back system with Jakeem Peoples, Quentin Thurston, Jaden Sewell. They played absolutely incredible, as well as Roland Ritchie even getting some snaps on defense this game. 1 minute and 10 seconds left as the Razorbacks, I believe, used their final timeout. So with the 4th and long here, the Panthers are going to choose to punt the ball. Razorbacks still have a little bit of time left to get an offensive drive this play. Looks like it's going to be a dead play with a flag on the field.
False start to call against the Panthers.
That's going to back them up even further as they attempt this punt.
Richie and Green back deep with the Razorback.
Punt's going to be high. Not going to reach the 50-yard line. They're going to let it bounce. And it's going to roll out to the 50-yard line. The Razorbacks going to have decent field position With a little bit of time left on the clock, see what they can do here with a minute and 6 seconds left. Coach Hood and his coaching staff getting ready to draw up the play. Looks like they might have time for about 2 or 3 plays with this much time left. If they can get out of bounds on these plays, that'd be huge. Just looking to get a little bit of chunk coverage, a couple of chunky plays right here, get a couple of yards on each play and see if they can at least get a field goal as they head into halftime. If you're just tuning in with us, we'd like to update you. 22-0 Magnolia over the Razorbacks as we head into the second half. Once again, we'd like to shout out each and every one of you watching online, family and friends in the stands, the cheer team, the band, the Red Line team, the ROTC program, and so many more for making this happen. Eli Wall back out at quarterback. He's going to try to pass. Looking for Braylon Thompson. That's going to be caught, and he's going to get out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock. Great play there from Eli Wall to Braylon Thompson. 51.6 seconds left. See what they can do here.
Out of bounds at the Panther 43.
It's going to bring them a second and short, but no worries for the Razorbacks. Look like they have plenty of room on this play right here to try to get in that end zone. Lined up, 4 out. Tony Noble in the backfield. Eli's going to try to step back and pass. Looks like he has nowhere to go. He's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long as the clock is still ticking. Razorbacks going to try to hurry to get behind that line of scrimmage so they can snap the ball one more time before the half. 35 seconds and counting.
One thing about both quarterbacks is that they're not afraid to run the ball. They'll run the ball if they have to.
Absolutely. Braylon have great legs. They've done a great job this game of executing and showing that off. You're seeing what they can do through the air right now as they get ready for this next play. 15 seconds left. Eli Wall's going to motion Braylon Thompson. 3-on-1 on the receivers. Eli's going to step back, try to pass. He's got 1-on-1 with Ahmad Moore. That's going to be incomplete. That's going to be defensive pass interference. That's going to move the Razorbacks up quite a bit of yards with 0.3 seconds left. Great play there from Ahmad Moore, drawing that defensive back to get physical enough to get that defensive pass interference. Automatic 15 with 0.3 seconds left. That's time for one more play. The Razorbacks going to need to capitalize on this drive, resulting in a touchdown or a field goal. Keep that momentum moving into the second half, trying to get back on their feet.
Defensive holding is the call against the Panthers.
CJ is coming back out as quarterback. CJ's going to step back. Got some time. Trying to get brought down. He's not going down. Trying to escape the pocket. Tries to stiff arm, but he's going to get brought down. That's going to lead us to halftime. We'll be back with you shortly after the halftime performances. Do not go anywhere. You're watching Razorback TV Live. I'm Cade Markham.
And my name's Braylon Hector.
Halftime activities sponsored by Tally Alley. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to announce the Split the Pot winner tonight. So if you purchase a ticket, get your tickets out, and I'll announce that in just a second. the split the pot ticket number for tonight. 000447. 000447. If that is your ticket number, take it to behind the Razorback stand and pick up your winnings. Once again, the split the pot ticket winner, 000447. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please turn your attention to the west end of the stadium where the hog is. Tonight, we are proud to recognize outstanding students from all of our elementary campuses, kindergarten through 5th grade. These students have been selected as high on good students, or hogs, an honor that celebrates their hard work, positive attitude, and true Razorback spirit. Each of these students represents the best of what it means to be a Razorback, showing leadership and character both in and out of the classroom. We are excited to honor them here tonight in front of our Razorback family and friends. Let's give these incredible students the recognition they deserve with a loud and resounding round of applause, please. Once again, these are students kindergarten through 5th grade, the high on good students hogs. Once again, give them a rousing round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Now stay tuned for the rest of your halftime festivities. Once again, brought to you by Tally Alley.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As part of tonight's halftime presentation, Magnolia High School is proud to present the 2025-2026 Marching Panther Band. The band is under the direction of Valerie Laney, Tyler Dennis, DeAndre Royster, and Jackson Heffler. Drum majors are Ashley Goley and Carter Brantley. The band will now present movement 2 and 3 of this year's competitive show entitled Venom by Jason Nitish. Arkansas High School is proud to present the Arkansas High School Raceback Red Line. The Razorbacks Red Line is under the direction of Brandy Robinson, is led by Captain Piper McBride, Senior Lieutenant Arlandria Reeves, and Junior Lieutenant Elise Wilson. This week's Dance of the Week is Zaylee Wells. Tonight, the Red Line will be performing a kick routine to the hit song Old Time Rock and Roll, choreographed by Captain Piper McBride. Captain, are y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, we are proud to present the Razorbacks Marching Band. The Razorbacks Marching Band's member of the week is Austin Mitchell. And the section of the week is the trombones. featuring the music of Lucas Graham, Bob Thiel, George David Weiss. The Razorback Marching Band is proud to present the 2025 show, There is a Place. Drum majors, Grayson Narrance and Jude LeBay. Is your band ready?
There is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white. And there the sun burns crimson bright. There is a place where the dark street winds and bends. And there watch where the chalk-white arrows go.
The Razorback Marching Band is under the direction of Vincent Reeder, Micah Brown, Ashton Kegley, Jacob Capper, Samuel Robinson, and color guard coordinator Frankie Schaefer. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arkansas High School Razorback Marching Band!
I've seen it a couple times. I just struggle following the ball whenever, like, they kick it. I struggle following it. But that's it.
Once again, we want to thank Tally Alley for sponsoring halftime festivities. Our third quarter sponsors for Razorback football tonight: Ferguson Industrial, Lynn McDowell,
That's what I do. Is
Southwest Title, Canadian Trophy Quest Hunting Outfitters, Integrity Electrical Inc. TDC General Contractor. Chris Williams Painting and Los Tacos on State Line.
Zooming in and out has got a lot more comfortable.
If you haven't done so, be sure to visit the concession stand, get you something cool to drink and something good to eat. If you would, place any trash in receptacles on your way out of the stadium, as we have a event here at the stadium tomorrow, it would be much appreciated. And a reminder to any students who were dropped off, at the end of the third quarter and beginning of the fourth quarter is when you'll need to call for your rides to come to Razorback Stadium.
I like mine. It doesn't.
Razorbacks to get the ball first as we begin the second half. Kadena the kickoff. Roland Ritchie and Tony Noble back deep for the Razorbacks.
Razorbacks getting ready to elect the kickoff. We'd like to welcome everybody back to the stream. Hope you enjoyed the halftime performance as much as we did up here in the press box. Once again, shout out RTV, shout out the band, the cheer, the ROTC, the Red Line. Everybody did a great job at halftime. Great performance. It's going to be an onside kick recovered by the Razorbacks. That's going to start them out with great field position on this first drive of the second half.
It'll be first and 10 Razorbacks from their own 47-yard line.
Razorbacks going with the quarterback CJ to start this drive of the game. Tony Noble in the backfield, 3 wide receivers, something we've seen very much this game so far on the offensive side of the ball. See if they can get started early going on in this second half. It's going to be a pass to looks like number 14, Ahmad Moore. He's going to get a couple of yards on the play after a pretty good block there on the wide receiver on the other side of him.
Brought down by several Panthers. Doing the 3 on the play, second and 7 Razorbacks from midfield.
Snap from CJ. It's going to be a fake on the outside corner. He's going to get another couple of yards right there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Razorbacks. So far, the offense have looked very impressive coming out of the halftime. Looks like they made a couple adjustments, found something out that they think might be working for them, and so far it has proven to show that. See if they can keep that momentum going on this 3rd and short play coming up right here.
3rd and 3 for the Razorbacks.
CJ's going to snap, step back and throw. Braylon Thompson wide open and right over the middle of the field. However, there is a flag on the play. We're going to be staying tuned to see what that one was. Great play there from the Razorbacks. Braylon Thompson able to get wide open, hence the name while I call him Waffle House, and right there resulted in a first down pending the penalty. But that's going to be on the offense. That's going to bring them back some, bring up another 3rd and long for the Razorbacks.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 8 Razorbacks from their own 49.
CJ's getting ready to take the snap. Steps back to pass once again. Trying to find his receiver down there on the field. That's going to be picked off from the Panthers. Looks like number 22. He still hasn't been brought down yet. Trying to break on the outside corner. Braylon Thompson's going to bring him down with number 5, Tony Noble.
Leading pass is intercepted by Williams, brought down by Thompson for the Razorbacks. It'll be first down.
Defense coming on the field.
First and 10 Panthers for the Razorback 31.
Another handoff from the Panthers right there on offense. He's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a second down and long for the for the Panthers. Excuse me.
Tackle made by several Razorbacks.
Defense is finna turn that switch on to get this block going on.
Pick up a 2 on play.
Panthers in their huddle here, getting ready to face this second down. Almost on the 30-yard line here. They're going to motion a guy and hand it off up the middle again. He's going to get tackled before he can get a first down. That's going to bring up a third down for the Magnolia Panthers. Arkansas High's defense has looked very well coming into this half of the ball game.
Panthers brought down by several Razorbacks, including number 8 to 9 people. Short gain on the ball, bring up third down Panthers from the Razorback 32. Excuse me, the Razorback 27.
Panthers going to be another handoff. This time it's going to be a toss. He's going to try to break through, and he's going to get a first down for the Panthers, but they're going to stop him before he can get to the end zone. He's going to bring up another first down and another drive for the Magnolia Panthers. Great tackle by number 9 right there, Zach Wardlaw. Talked about him a little bit earlier in the game with how physical he is, and right there he proved it by stopping that man up the middle before getting too much more out of that play. They're going to motion again. They're going to try to hand it up the middle this time. He's going to get brought down right about the halfway mark of a first down. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 as the Panthers get ready to gear up for this one. Good tackle by number 1 second. That's Braylon Childs on the tackle. Great play by him. That's going to be number 33, defensive lineman. Great play by number 33, Braylon. Another handoff. That's going to be stopped once again.
Short gain on the play to the 8-yard line. They got third now, Panthers.
Number 60 is going in the game.
It's going to be Jacoby Golden. We've seen him check in and out of the game a couple times this ball game so far, especially in the first half. Good to see him back out there on this next play coming up. Another handoff. Trying to get an outside corner, not going to be able to do it. He's going to get tackled once again by the Razorbacks, so they should just swarm him right there. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Magnolia Panthers. However, only punted one time this ball game, and that was when they were deep in their own territory, so you got to imagine they're going to go for it here and try to add to the scoreboard. However, the Razorback defense has looked very much and improved coming into this second half. Expecting a big play for the Razorbacks here, and I expect them wholeheartedly to stop this defense. Stop this offense. Flag on the play. Looks like that might be a false start. Braylon, what did you see there?
I saw a false start too.
Offsides to call against the Razorbacks.
It's going to be an offsides on the Razorbacks. That's going to move up the Panthers and give them an automatic first down.
The result of the penalty will be a first down for the Panthers. First and goal from the Razorback 4-yard line.
Another handoff. He's going to get stopped before he can find the end zone. There's the whistles. That's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Braylon, the defense has looked pretty good when you say so yourself. What's been the most thing that you've paid attention to the most on the defensive side of the ball so far?
Probably like the D linemen going in the block. Like they're not scared to get hurt. They're not scared to do nothing. They want that ball. They want the pancakes and everything.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that 100%. That was a great take right there. Defensive line has looked very well this entire game, especially considering this offensive scheme that the Magnolia Panthers have ran this entire time. And I still don't think they've passed the ball one time, Braylon, and that's very interesting from a high school football team with a quarterback last year where they had two of them in and out of the game, similar to how we did, and they passed the ball quite a lot last year in that 27-20 close loss from the Razorbacks. Then coming into this year, they've completely flipped the script, and they haven't passed the ball one time. They've been on the ground the entire time. They have, it looks like 2 to 3 people in the backfield at all times. It's going in so many different directions, and it's really just where's the ball going. That's the number one thing for this defense, and they've done a great thing coming into this half is just finding the ball and getting him stopped. And that is easier said than done, especially considering how many guys is on that front line. You got 11 players total. You got about 6. Sometimes there's a little bit more on that line, leaving plenty of room for the offense right there. That's going to be another stop from the Razorbacks. We'll be right back.
If you're tuning in right now, the score is 28-0. Panthers have 28, the Hogs have 0. Coming in right now is our kickoff return.
Magnolia Panthers scored another touchdown there. However, they weren't able to convert on the 2-point conversion, leaving the score 28-0. As you mentioned before, Braylon, the Razorbacks getting ready to get that kickoff return. Hoping to have an explosive play here by either Roland or Tony Noble back there ready to kick. It's going to be a little bit of a squib kick. He's going to try to return it. He's going to get a pretty good return there near the 30. Roland Ritchie. There's a flag on the play, late flag on the play. We'll see where that one is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct to call against the Panthers.
A sportsmanlike contact on the Panthers.
After the penalty, it'll be first and 10 Razorbacks from their own 43.
Offense on the play.
CJ's going back out there as quarterback with Tony Noble in the backfield. Lined up with 4 receivers on this play. 3 on the right side, 1 on the left. 2 safeties back deep for the Panthers. Looks like they might be playing a coverage here. A zone. Let's see. Yep, they're going to be a handoff to Tony. He's going to get a couple of yards and then some, as he's brought down by a plethora of Panthers, but not before he gets another Razorback first down.
First down. That first down brought to you by Blackcall Bank. First and 10 Razorbacks from the Panther 44.
Ball to Noble. Noble has got a good couple of yards coming towards him.
Noble on the carry.
CJ's going to do another handoff to Tony. He's going to try to get up the middle there. He broke a tackle, trying to break
fumble.
another one. The ball is out, and that's going to be recovered
Flag
by
on
the
the play.
Magnolia Panthers. Braylon pointed out there's a flag on the play.
Wait. Oh, the ball's going to Magnolia.
Holding the call against the Razorbacks that is declined. Panthers will take over. 1st and 10.
Razorbacks coming back on defense here.
Good block. Good stop.
Ainsworth on the carry.
It's going to bring up a second down for the Magnolia Panthers here.
Tackled by several Razorbacks. Bring up 2nd and 6 from the 38.
I want you to pay attention right here to this defensive lineman on the left side there, Zach Wardlaw. He's trying to break through. They're going to pass the ball for the first time in the game. That's going to be a complete pass from the quarterback.
Pass is called.
It's going to bring up a huge momentum boost for the Panthers as they're going to move across midfield close to the 40-yard line. Panthers motion a guy and toss it. He's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a second down for the Panthers.
It seems like the Panthers keep on passing the ball to number 2.
Ainsworth with the carry brought down by several Razorbacks, including number 94, Tajay McGraw. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Panthers from the Razorback 40.
Hopefully, the defense goes through the cracks Magnolia is showing right now.
Panthers going to do another handoff. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage once again. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Panthers here.
Short gain on the play. 3rd and 9. Panthers from the Razorback 39.
Panthers going to hand the ball off again. He's going to get through a gap and going to get
Flag on the play.
almost a first down, but 2 flags on the play now. We'll be staying tuned to see what that was.
Blocking the back to call against the Panthers.
That's going to bring them back on another 3rd and long here. Panthers well and beyond the line of scrimmage. from where they originally started out on this drive. Razorbacks going to need to stop it here. That's going to be a timeout on the Panthers. We'll be right back after this.
Timeout Panthers. Next week, the Razorbacks will be on the road to take on Camden Fairview. Be sure and travel with the Razorbacks and support them. Next home game 2 weeks from tonight against Hot Springs Lakeside.
Razorbacks and Panthers are coming back on the field.
Panthers are going to motion a guy. Another handoff. He's going to be stopped before he can even get close to the first down. That's going to bring up a 4th and long for the Panthers.
If I was coach here, the one thing that I would tell my defense is watch the motions, watch the motions.
The kind of people from several of the Razorbacks up on the running back. Going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Panthers from the Razorback 38.
We have 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock in the third quarter.
Panthers are going to fake throw it. They're trying to find their man downfield. That's going to be
Close to be
deflected.
interception.
So close. What a great play by the Razorbacks defense there. Double coverage. Magnolia still gave it a shot, and it ended up in an incompletion. That's going to put the Razorbacks near the 40-yard line. Great field position to start this as we head toward the fourth quarter.
Good stop by Braylon Rayfield.
First and 10 Razorbacks from their own 38.
Handoff.
Fake
Faked
motion.
from CJ. He's going to get more
Slide
than...
on.
Go ahead, Braylon.
Teaching those baseball skills on the football field right now.
That's a Razorback first down. First down brought to you by Bucktail Bank.
CJ is getting ready to take the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Zephaniah Black up the middle. He's going to bounce off a couple of defenders and get brought down, but not before he gets a couple of yards there. Pretty progressive move there from the offense, getting some yards on that play as they bring up a 2nd and short. About midfield on the first down, so bringing up about a 2nd and 6 here.
Whicher for the tackle for the Panthers.
CJ is ready to take the snap. Another handoff to Zephaniah Black.
One thing Zephaniah's going to do is make sure to get some yards before he goes down.
Brought down by several Panthers. We'll bring up 3rd and 3 Razorbacks at the Panther 43.
Amazing cannon by. Ooh,
just-
almost a touchdown.
Just out of the reach of Braylon Thompson.
Cleveland's pass is incomplete. A tip to Waylon Thompson.
That really shows how athletic CJ TJ Cleveland is with the ball.
Just going to take the snap, stepping back to
Step
pass.
back.
He's going to have Ahmad Moore. He's going to just out of the hands.
Cleveland pass attempt to Green is
We got an injury timeout. We'll be right back after that.
Ball go downs to the Panthers. There is an official's timeout due to an injury.
If you're watching right now, the score is at 28-0. Panthers 28, Hogs 0. Good stop by the defense.
Heading into the fourth quarter here, the Razorbacks. 12 minutes left to go. See if they can get some offense and get this game a little bit closer than what it is right now. We'll be right back after the teams switch sides.
I remind you, if you could, take any concession trash, put it in a receptacle, and leave the stadium to see for our events at the stadium tomorrow. And it's time for any students who were dropped off to call for your rides happening at the Razorback Stadium as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Our fourth quarter sponsors: J.A. Kirkland Construction, LLC, T.W. Vinyl Siding Seamless, Top Cards, Ribbon Realtors, the Colleges in Texarkana, Central Baptist Church, Long Out Special Needs, Cool Jams and Spa, and Sherpa Custom Time. I want to thank all the sponsors who bring Razorback football to you tonight and throughout the season.
Hogs are on the field. We just want to say thank you for our cheerleaders bringing the hype to the game. And the band too. Flag, double flag on the play.
Flag at the end of the play. Face mask to call against the Razorback.
Magnolia is going to do another toss. He's going to get brought down immediately. That's going to bring up a second down for the Razorbacks.
That was a good hit by Donnell King Sanders, 99.
Panthers in the Razorback 4.
This whole entire game, Donnell is showing how good of a defensive lineman he is, no matter what. Motion down the middle, block.
Marshall on the carry. Wardlaw on the tackle.
Good stop by Jaden Sowell.
Jaden Sewell and Zach Wardlaw on the tackle there.
Bring up 3rd and 5 Panthers from Razorback 36.
Motioning, handing off up the middle, brought down, bringing up a 4th down for the Razorbacks.
Marshall picks up a couple on the play.
Defense is starting to get a note of Magnolia's motions.
4th and 3 for the Panthers from the Razorback 34.
Another handoff. He's going to get brought down before he could get a 1st down. Great play there by the defense.
Good hit by Jaden Sowell.
Tackle made by Jaden Sewell. Ball will go over on down to the Razorbacks. We have a
Injury
2
timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Let's give that Razorback a hand.
Looks like that player is going to be able to get up, and as he's making his way to the field, we hope for a speedy recovery, and we're just glad that he is safe.
Oh, that was number 90, Cam Davis.
CJ getting ready to take the snap at quarterback. 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. CJ stepping back to pass. Trying to get his reads, not going to be able to. He's going to get sacked behind the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd and long for the Razorbacks here.
Quarterback Cleveland is sacked behind the line by Grissom for the Panthers. Loss of a couple on the play.
Zephaniah back. Zephaniah Black getting switched out to play. Step back, CJ. Running down. He's going. Making sure to get some yards before he goes down.
Brought down by number 19 of the Panthers, McDonald. Loss of a yard, going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Razorbacks around 31.
The Hawks need a really good play to go to 1st down. Cleveland steps back. Goes down. One thing about CJ, he makes sure to read every single option before he goes down.
So we got the fourth down for the Razorback.
Okay, we have 4 receivers, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Cleveland steps back. Leads play. Goes down the line. Oh, incomplete pass.
Attempt there made at Braylon Thompson.
Thompson is incomplete. Ball will go over on downs to the Panthers.
Turnover on downs as the defense is ready to take back on the field. 7 minutes and 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Magnolia 28, the Arkansas High Razorbacks 0.
Dogs cannot give up this time. We cannot give up. Motion down the line.
Brought down after a gain of about 6 there from the Magnolia Panthers.
Marshall on the carry.
Really seems that the Panthers like the motion a whole lot. Shout out to the band bringing the Hog spirit out. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. False start to call against the Panthers.
False started on the play.
Another handoff from the Panthers trying to break through. He's going to get brought down after about a gain of 2 or 3 there from the Razorbacks, stopping him on defense before getting any more, bringing up a third down for the Panthers. 6 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. Shout out to the band bringing out spirit. If you want to hear more of the band, tomorrow go to Pleasant Grove High School football stadium to watch the band play at 4 p.m. A fourth down here for the Panthers once again, going for it here.
Seems that the cheer team, red line, and the band is getting a student section hype for the game.
Another handoff, trying to get a first down for the Panthers, and it looks like he is, and then some. He's going to bring up a
Injury on the field.
first and goal for the Panthers. We'll be right back after this.
Panther running back. That's the first down. There is a timeout, official timeout for an injury on the play. Give that Razorback a hand.
Looks like the player's going to be able to get up, and as he's making his way to the field, we wish him for a speedy recovery.
It's about to start. Motion.
Another handoff from the Panthers there. He's going to get brought
They get
down.
pushed back. Good pushback by 71. 0-yard Randall.
After running back brought down by several Razorbacks. Pick up a 5 on the play.
Another handoff from the Panthers there. Up the middle again. Gonna get brought up just short of the goal line there. Looks like on the 1-yard line. Panthers trying to score one more time this game. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Magnolia 28. The Panthers up against the Razorbacks.
Jacoby Gordon coming in to play.
Quarterback keeps it for a Panther touchdown.
Touchdown by the Panthers.
Panthers now take the lead a little bit further, 34-0, pending the extra point or 2-point conversion.
Three minutes 47 seconds on the play. False start. Offsides.
Panthers going to go for 2 there. They're going to walk in there,
2 points.
making the score 36-0. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. Razorbacks getting ready to elect the kickoff deep into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after this.
Kickoff return coming in. still have Noble Richie in the back.
Kick deep back. Tony Noble getting ready to receive it. Trying to get something going here late in the game. He's going to break a few tackles as he's cutting up to midfield. He's going to get tackled, but not before he gets a huge gain for the Razorbacks as they get ready to prepare the field for offense. They're going to be near the 40-yard line, almost at midfield. Razorbacks still have plenty of time here to put at least one touchdown on the scoreboard.
Even fake motion.
He's going to
Cleve
get
goes down the middle.
He's going to get a huge gain there for the Razorbacks as he's going to move from past midfield a little bit closer to that red zone.
Result of the plays are Razorback first down. First down brought to you by Black Bank. First and 10 Razorbacks at the Panther 43-yard line.
Check your start comes into play. Switches out with Armand Green.
CJ's getting back, looking to pass.
Runs
Not
it.
going to find his read. He's going to get brought down by a couple of Panthers there.
Quarterback Cleveland will be stopped behind the line. Also, a couple of the plays that'll bring up.
A minute and 50 seconds left on the clock.
CJ's getting ready to snap the ball. Looking back to pass again.
He runs it down.
It's going to bring up a third down for the Razorbacks.
Third and 8 from the Panther 42.
CJ is stepping back, trying to pass again. He's going to get sacked. It's going to bring up a fourth down for the Razorbacks.
Near the line of scrimmage. Next to the also a couple on the play. They'll bring in fourth down Razorback.
.26 left on the clock.
As the clock winds down, we once again want to shout out and thank every single one of y'all watching online, everybody in the stands, the football team, of course, ROTC, band, cheer, and Redline. Once again, we want to thank all of you for helping make this possible. That's going to do it for the ball game. For Razorback TV, I'm Caden Markham.
My name's Braylon Hector.
Y'all have a great night. Stay safe. Go Hogs.
Razorbacks 0. Please, if you would, take any concession trash and drop it in a receptacle on your way out of the stadium to help us out. There's some things going on at the stadium tomorrow. Texarkana, Arkansas School District would like to thank you for your attendance and support at tonight's football game. And please continue to support Razorback athletics all year long, all school year long. Next week, the Razorbacks follow them on the road if they go to Camden Fairview. Next home game will be 2 weeks from tonight against Hot Springs Lakeside. Drive safely and have a good weekend.
Again, please come to the game competition tomorrow to take the 27 before you leave at the 21 stand. It's still $40.